Hello, my dear students. So, up till now, we have studied about the monohybrid cross, the dihybrid cross, and then about the sex determination also. So, now we are going to start with the second part of this chapter, heredity and evolution, and that is evolution, right? So, the question comes here that what is an evolution? What do you mean by evolution? How do evolution takes place? So many questions are there. So now let's dive deep into this. The thing is, just a second. Yes. So we can see that a gradual change has taken place from this early man, not early man, you can say from that ancestors of ours who were apes, okay, and then slowly the modern man has come into being. So this is what this is, the gradual change over millions of years have taken place, and then we are here on this planet. Okay, so let's see the definition of evolution. It is the sequence of gradual changes which takes place in the primitive organisms over millions of years in which new species are produced. So let's see sequence of gradual changes. Okay, so here we can see gradually it's changing, then which takes place in primitive organisms over millions of years. So this is a primitive organism, right? And then it has taken place, the evolution has taken place over millions and millions of years, and in which new species are produced. Now let's see new species. Can you see this is the genus Australopithecus and Robustus. So Australopithecus is the genus and Robustus is the species. Okay, then we come to Homo habilis. Homo is the genus and habilis is the species. Homo erectus, Homo is the genus, erectus is the species. Homo sapiens neanderthalis is Homo, this one is the genus, this is the species, and this is the subspecies. All right, and then the modern man, which is the Homo sapiens, this is Homo is genus, sapiens is species, and again the sapiens is subspecies. All right, so gradually what we can see is that this, yes, so we can see is that the genus has changed, and accordingly we have seen that the species have also changed over millions of years, which means that as the organism keeps on evolving, the species also keeps on changing. All right, now let's see that this evolution has actually taken place primarily by two methods. Okay, now what are those methods? Number one is the natural selection, and number two is the genetic drift. Fine. Now let's see one by one that what is the meaning of natural selection, what is the meaning of genetic drift. Now see, natural selection means what? That basically here competition is involved. Competition is involved, okay? I'm writing it in short. Competition will be involved. There will be many organisms. Okay, several organisms will be there, and these several organisms, they will fight for food, they will fight for water. Just a second, my pen is not working properly. Fight for water, fight for shelter, fight for land resources, several other resources to fight for. So these animals, they will have severe competition amongst themselves. Now, while having this competition, whichever organism is fit, okay, whichever organism can withstand this competition, that organism will survive, and this is called as the survival of the fittest. Okay, survival of the fittest. So whichever organism will be strong, they will survive, and in the future they will keep on evolving, the generation will keep on flourishing ahead. All right, so this is how is that by nature there is a selection, natural selection. Understood? See, let's see this picture. For example, suppose you see this giraffe. this species of giraffe, you can say. Okay, this species of giraffe. So when the species of giraffe was there in a particular land, this species saw that the trees are quite tall there. Okay, they were not able to, this species were not able to eat the leaves of this tall plants. That means what? In this condition, this species of giraffe, which has a short neck, was not better adapted to this situation, and so this species did not survive. Understood? Survival of the fittest. Next comes again another species of giraffe. When this species of giraffe also saw that, array, I cannot go and reach and pluck this leaf. Fine. So fine. Even this giraffe didn't survive. Again, was not better adapted to the environment. And finally comes the giraffe that we see on the zoo. That is the thing, is that this species of giraffe, they got themselves adapted with longer necks. Okay, with longer neck, and thus this species of giraffe was able to very easily pluck the leaves of these tall trees or plants and gradually survive. So this is the survival of the fittest. You can also see, for example, like whenever a dog gives birth to litter of puppies. Okay, so almost like what I have seen is that maximum they give birth to 6 puppies at a time. So you will find sometimes that all the 6 puppies, they may not survive. Okay, so maybe 5 of them will survive, 1 may die. Why does that one puppy die? Because that one puppy was not better adapted to the environment, was not able to fight, okay, was not able to compete with the environment or compete with the brothers, the siblings. Understood? And gradually, this is natural selection. This is the way nature selects, okay, who will survive, who will not survive. And thus, evolution takes place in this way. I hope you have understood this one. So it is all about the survival of the fittest, one which is better adapted. All right, and competition is involved. Fine. Now let's go to what is the genetic drift. Now genetic drift is what is very clearly written, that this is a change in allele frequency due to a chance event like accident. Okay, like accident in this way. So it is very, you can say that it is very random event. This is not like nature is selecting something like that. This is like, suppose I'll tell you with an example, only then you will be able to understand. Suppose there is a forest. Okay, there is a dense forest. Now what is going to happen here is that, suppose somehow fire has broken out in this forest. There's fire, and in this forest there will be many rabbits staying here, or many lions staying here, many tigers staying here. In this way, whatever stays in a forest. Okay, now due to this fire which has broken out in the forest, what is going to happen is that not all animals are going to survive in this forest, right? Some animals are going to die, and some animals, they are going to, whoever has that capacity to run away from here, they will go and shift to a different place. And thus what has happened is that this is by game of luck. Game of luck, these animals, they have survived from this fire which has broken out in the forest. Some of them, they have died, and some have survived and come to a new place. All right, now during this time when they have come to a new place, what is going to happen is that then again they will form a community here, right? There will be a mixture of all these animals which have come from here. Some, again I'm repeating, some animals have died here, some animals have run away and settled in a different place. Now what is going to happen is that here everything is completely in a mixed state, right? So what is going to happen, that when everything is in a mixed state, they will have a tendency to have intercourse with any of the other species. Okay, because they have to survive, they have to flourish their generation. And thus in this process, what will happen is that the genes are going to completely drift apart. Suppose this is the main line that you need to go, okay, but when we say that you are drifting apart, means from this starting point you have to reach here. But no, what you do is that from the starting point you completely go far away to a different direction. So that is, you're drifting away, you're not in the main line. Similarly, in terms of this genetic drift of evolution also, because a fire has broken out in this forest which has natural habitat, so some animals, they could not run away from this forest and eventually died. But those who could run away because of this luck factor, you can say, they got settled in a different area. And when they got settled in a different area, then there's a mixture of population here, some animals this and that, so many different species, population, communities will be here of animals. And thus in this way they will have a tendency to copulate with each other, because they have to thrive. This is what the basic instincts of animals are, organisms are. And in this way there will be a completely change in the genetic level or genetic drift. All right, so that was all about genetic drift. Again, I see that natural selection is what? This is competition is involved. This is how nature selects, right? Survival of the fittest. Whoever is better adapted to the environment, they will survive and can sustain the competition for food, water, shelter, land. And those who are not better adapted, they will eventually die off. This is how nature selects. And this genetic drift means what? This is completely luck by chance, which you can say that some organisms, those who were staying together in one place, one fire broke out, and thus in this way they shifted. Some, those who could survive and run from that forest, they could very easily they could run and get settled in a different area. And then they started to have sexual intercourse among themselves to thrive the generation. And thus the pure genetic line that should have been maintained, that has got drifted away due to the mixture of population. So this is another way how evolution takes place. If you see in this picture, you see so there are how many? There are 5 beetles, 5 red beetles and 5 blue beetles. Okay, now what has happened is that someone has killed the blue beetles. So the ratio has come out to be, there are 5 red beetles and now only 1 blue beetle survives here. Okay, and then you see, so then whatever is there, whatever population is there, by luck, by chance, because these, see, the one who has used this fly stick or beetle stick to kill the beetles, he was not so particular that okay, I will kill only these blue ones, right? He was not so particular that I'll kill only blue ones and I will not kill the red ones. No, he just used the stick. Now whichever blue or red has come under this beetle killer, okay, so has got killed. So this is completely luck, right? So then what happens is there, so who has survived now? How many red beetles are here? There are 5 red beetles and 1 blue beetles. So now in this mixture only they are going to reproduce, and thus we can see and thus we can see that there are now 10 red beetles and 2 blue beetles. So we can see that how the genes have completely drifted apart. So this is all about evolution. I hope you all have understood up till now. If not, please rewatch this video once again. Okay, thank you. Have a great day ahead. Bye.